profits you have made. Okay, so I think by now we good. I think we are $100 already. So I'm going to be harvesting. So that's it. Account flipping strategy made easy, $100. So that's what's going on. Hope we are good. All right, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be doing something. Someone actually asked me to do this, so I decided to do this live, okay, and share this with you guys on YouTube. Here you can see I'm currently on a trade on Boom 1000. Okay, this is daily time frame, guys. I didn't enter this trade on daily time frame, you should know. So I made my entry on 1 minute time frame, but the analysis is I started my analysis from daily time frame to 4 hours, then to 15 minutes before I now switch to 1 minute time frame for my entry. Okay, so if you look right here, you can see that this price is clearly trending to the downside. Okay, so what I'm trying to do in this video is that I'm taking this account from $50, okay, to $100 or $150 in this one trade, guys. I want you to pay close attention. In this one trade, I'm going to be taking this account from this $50 to $100 or $150, because a lot of people be like, flip this account, let's see real life example and all that. And that is exactly what I'm doing in this video. You can see I've already set my TP at this zone, my stop loss is above here, and my entry is there. Okay, so you can see I made the first entry, okay, at this zone. Then this is my second entry. Now you might be asking, oh, this is too risky. This account, if you have a very long spike, you might lose this account. Yeah, that is exactly what account flipping is all about. So whenever you want to flip account, or when you think, okay, when you feel like, okay, this account I want to double this account, I want to triple this account, you should know that you are taking a high risk. Okay, you are not actually using a proper risk management, right? But it doesn't mean you are going to be throwing money in the air. There will be spikes, yes, I know there will be spikes, possibly before the price hits my TP level, yes. But the important thing, my interest is that let the spike not hit my stop loss, because if the spike hits my stop loss, I'm going to lose almost the whole money in that account, right? Almost the $50, right? So before you start flipping accounts, there is something I want you guys to know before I start sharing this strategy on my entry. Okay, now before you start flipping account, please pay close attention. Flipping account is sweet, it's something interesting to do, and all that. Okay, it's actually help you, motivate you, and prove to you that you are becoming a better trader. But the flipping of account is not for everybody, right? If you are this kind of person who is conservative, you are not aggressive, you don't like much risk, please stick to your normal trading setup, right? You don't need to join in any challenge or flipping accounts or anything like that. Just focus on what you are doing. But if you feel like you love this kind of challenge, you want to take this kind of challenge, I think few things you need to note. First, for you to flip accounts, you must have a good strategy. Okay, you must have a good strategy. That's the first thing you need to consider. You must make sure that you have seen or you have discovered a strategy that supports account flipping. That's number one. Then number two, you must be disciplined. Discipline in the sense that now that you have this strategy, right, you know that this strategy is good, you must be disciplined to make sure that you are seeing that strategy or you are seeing that setup before you jump into the trade. Because you might have a good strategy and you want to flip account, because of the urge and you trying to prove yourself a good trader, anything like that, you might not be able to wait for your strategy and you jump into trade. At the end of the day, you are going to lose your account. Now, number three, you should know that you are taking a high risk. Okay, high risk in the sense that if you have let's say you have $20 account and you want to take this $20 to $50, maybe in one trade or in two trades. You should know that these $20 you want to take to $50, you are taking a high risk because you want to make more than 200% of your account in one trade. You want to double your account, you want to triple your account. That means you are doubling your risk also. So before you take any challenge, flipping challenge like this, make sure that the amount of money you have funded, you are willing, like you can lose the money and you are still comfortable. What I mean that nobody wants to lose money, but you should be ready that if you risk this money and you couldn't get the money back, maybe you did not hit your TP, rather you hit stop loss, you won't beat up yourself, you won't go bankrupt, you won't, you will, maybe you don't have money to eat again or anything like that. Please, if you know that you have such an amount, don't put it for account flipping. Rather, you are risking the amount of money that maybe you can actually use to get something, maybe drink, anything like that. You feel like, okay, instead of me drinking this away, let me just put it in my trading account and try to flip it. If it works for me, then I have more money to buy more drinks or buy more things, right? If it did not work, that's fine. Then how do you do this? When you have, let's say you have $200 account, $200 that you feel like you want to use for something not really important, then you can split that $200 to $50. Okay, that is into 4 places, right? Now you have $50 into 4 places. Okay, the next thing you are going to be um the next thing you are going to be checking is, how do you plan to flip this account? You have $200 and you want to use it for account flipping. You divide it into 4, right? Then you find a strategy that works well. When you see the strategy, just like the one I'm using right now, okay, when you find a flipping strategy that works well, then you can fund the $200, okay, on your derivative account, then transfer $50 only to your MT5 and go on with the flipping. Once you see your setup enter with a bit bigger, higher lot size, okay, if you look right here, let me share with you my chart. You can see that I made entry here when I have not confirmed the setup with 0.2, 0.2, which is the lowest lot size. But when my setup is confirmed, I made more entries with 0.5, 0.5. You can see that this particular entry I made second one, is, you can see it's $30, 3 point something, while the first one is still 2 point something, right? So I'm already making about $14.6 dollars, okay, on this entry. Now you know that you are going to be taking a higher risk, right? So that you'll be able to flip that account. You can't be flipping accounts. Let's say you are flipping accounts from $50 dollars to, maybe you want to flip it to 100 in one trade, and you are making just one entry. You are making one entry with 0.2. Man, you will even 1 week you will not be able to flip these accounts, right? It will take you a lot of time because there will be spikes and every other stuff that will be drawing you back. At the end of the day, the price can actually even go against you and you just lose maybe $5 and you are comfortable. The next time you go, the same thing, you keep losing it small by small until you even blow the account. That is why you have to divide the account into 4 places. If it's $200 account, you divide it into 4 places, $50. Then each time you are making entry, make sure you know the strategy that it works well. Each time you are making entry, you might be risking up to 50% of the accounts. You might be entering a trade and you are risking about $25 per trade, but if it hits your TP, you have made $50 already. If you are not that aggressive, you can decide to risk something like, let's say you are risking $10 and your TP might be 20. That means if you take profits 3 times, you have flipped the account to $60. So when you add the $60 plus your balance, which is 50 plus 60, is going to give you about $110. So you have flipped the account, you have doubled the account, and even made extra money. Then if eventually your account, maybe you are risking, let's say you are risking 10%, let's say you are risking $10 and you have $50 account. So $10, let's say that the trade went bad and you lost $10, you still have $40 to trade with. Then you enter again with another $10. Let's say it went bad and you lost that particular amount again, which is you have lost, let's say, $20 now. If you still have $30 to trade again, make sure you don't, whenever you are flipping accounts, you don't trade from one strategy to another. Stick to one strategy that works for you and make money with the strategy. Don't try out strategies when you are flipping account. You flip account with a strategy you already know that it's working and it's fine, it's a good strategy, right? So you must make sure you are not learning when you are flipping account. You have tested the strategy and you are ready to use that strategy. Okay, so a lot of things to talk about when flipping account. Okay, so if you look, you can see what happened right now. We had spike because we are trading against spike. You can see what happened at that zone. A very long spike, guys. But do I care? I don't care because I have everything in check. My stop loss is here. If it hits, there's no issues. If my TP is hit, good and fine. But I know I have 80 to 85% that I'm going to hit my TP. 80 to 85% I'm going to hit my TP, right? I'm still going to bring back the outcome of this trade for you to see. So you don't care when there is a spike. You have to take those things, those considerations. You already know there will be spikes. You already know, look at what you are targeting, your stop loss and every other stuff. So you just place your trade, set your stop loss and rest. Either ways, either your stop loss is hit or your TP is hit. Always be ready for anything, right? So if you divide it by 4, or let's say you have $200 and you divide it by 4, you see that you have more opportunities to flip that account. Any of them that hits your TP, you are done, you have recovered. So if you eventually flip $50, okay, to 100, you have made 50% of that $200 and you still have 150 you already, because you divided the accounts, right? So you can easily take out your $200 and use your profits to start now flipping comfortably, because your money, your capital is no longer there. It will relieve you from emotional issues. So if what I feel like is the best is to always divide that money into 3 different places or 4, use one and start. After that one, you check if there is a mistake you made in the previous one, you correct your mistake, fund again with the second portion, and you see you will definitely flip one, and any one that you'll be able to flip pays up for all the ones you have lost, right? If you manage your account well. So for the fact you are flipping doesn't mean that you don't manage accounts. You have to still calculate your risk, but you know that you are taking higher risk, but you calculated the risk. Is a calculated risk, guys. Okay, so I'm going to be bringing back the outcome of this video. I was able to explain few things in this video on how to flip accounts. So this is Boom 1000 1 hour time frame right now. I'm going to be, when I bring back the outcome of this video, I will now explain the setup, okay, how I actually made entry and my TP level, the reason why I made the trade and everything. I'm going to explain this account flipping setup for you guys, but I have to come back when we are about to hit our TP, or when we hit our TP, or anything like that. Okay, so it's as simple as that. I've been trading this for a very long time. You can see if I go to daily time frame, all these places you have, this is the same setup here, the same setup here, and it's this same setup that is happening here. So we are hoping to hit our TP level TP, and I'll come back to explain everything about this entry, guys. So what's up, guys? You can see we are still pushing to the downside, massively to the downside. We are still pushing, we are still pushing, we are still pushing. So going to the profits, you can see it's already $89, close to $90 already. So we just have like we are $10 away from hitting our $100 threshold. Okay, you can see here I'll be expecting like a spike to the upside before down. So what I'm going to be doing possibly is, if the price hits $100, I can actually close. Okay, because my plan is just to flip this account to share with you how to do this changing or kind of flipping, doubling your account or something like that. I remember, it's not for me, I'm not fan of doubling account and all that, but because a lot of people want to do this, a lot of people don't have money, they just have few amount of money, they just want to risk and see if they can actually um, flip the account to get a bigger account or something like that. Okay, so that's why it's important. But what I'm going to be doing now is I want to share with you how I actually made this entry and why I'm hoping that the price is going to hit my TP. All right, so first, I'm a trend trader. I always check the trend from a higher time frame like daily. You can see that this price have been bearish to the downside, right? The price have been trending to the downside, guys. Okay, so now when you see this bearish movement, you can actually see that the price don't just move, the price move, and you have a kind of bullish candles or one candle, anything like that. Then the price also push all the way to the downside. And another thing you are going to notice is that you will have another bullish movement to this level. So the price will create what you could call a flip zone, which is, if you look right here, you have this low, okay, and price coming back to that low. Okay, is an interesting place to start looking for entry. So that's exactly the setup I'm using for this entry. So let me delete this and go again. The price pushing to the downside, okay, push up, push down. You are going to mark out this point as your support zone and now converting it to resistance. So if the price retreats back to this zone, that's the point I will start looking for entry to sell to the downside. That's the point I will start looking for entry to sell to the downside. Okay, so if you look right from here, you can see the same thing happened. The price pushed down, created a kind of low, break it, okay, and at this it was retested. So that zone is my flip zone. That's the point I will start looking for entry to sell, right? So the same thing happened here. The price created this low, push up, okay, then we have this zone as a flip zone. The price come back, break it, okay, to the downside, then retested with a bullish candle, okay, and after that the price sold off to the downside, right? As simple as that. Then this current one, you can see what the price did. Also, the price push all the way to the downside, okay, and gave us the same level, push down, and this is the bullish candle retesting here. So when the retest happened, I started looking for my entry point at this zone. Okay, so let me go down to like 4 hours, okay, so that I'll be able to picture this clearly. So when the price pushed to the downside, okay, the price started to retest this my zone, okay, then I'll from here I'll start looking for entry within this flip zone. I'm using daily time frame to picture it, okay, on daily. So here the week we saw on daily could be a candlestick like what you are seeing right here, okay. So because I'm using daily, I use higher time frame. So you can use daily, you can use 4 hours, you can use weekly 1 hour or so, but for me I stick to daily time frame if I want to flip, like flip, because I want to know what the price is doing for the day, right? So once I'm done with this, all I need to do now is to come down to lower time frame after I've seen my setup. Okay, that's my setup. So after I've seen my setup, I don't enter my trade on that higher time frame. So I will simply go down to lower time frame to start looking for entry points at that zone. Okay, so what I do is that I go down to either 15 minutes time frame to pick a pattern. Okay, like what happened here on 15 minutes time frame, I just saw that head and shoulders pattern at this zone. Then that's the major thing, that's the major entry signal I observed before I decided to, I decided to sell at this zone, right? That's the major thing. Then after picturing this entry signal, which is head and shoulders pattern, I still need to go down to 1 minute time frame, guys. Okay, I still need to go down to 1 minute time frame to know the exact point I'm going to be making that entry. Remember, I found out my setup on daily time frame. Okay, then I went down to maybe this one I'm using 15. You can use 30 minutes, you can use 15 or 1 hour to picture a reversal pattern, right? So I saw my reversal pattern on 15 minutes time frame, which is head and shoulders pattern, right? Which is a reversal pattern to the downside. Okay, then after this you are going to switch to a lower time frame, which is 1 minute time frame, to know the exact point you are going to place that by yourself. Because if you are looking this reversal pattern, you might be asking, why is it that I enter here? You can actually enter your, though that's the point I'm supposed to enter because of the bearish movement right there. Why not, some people will say, why not enter somewhere here or anywhere here? So that's the point. You use 1 minute time frame to make your entry. So for the setup in 1 minute time frame, okay, you check my previous video on how to enter trade on 1 minute time frame to know the exact point I made my entry. I've explained everything about this video, how I entered this trade, how I enter my trade and everything. The only remaining thing is the 1 minute time frame confirmation, okay, which you can check my previous video, the setup, where I use Ichimoku. Okay, I use Ichimoku for the entry. That's my previous video. Just watch it. You are going to add the same Ichimoku. By now, if you have been watching my video, you should know that setup already. You just add it up and you are good to go. Okay, so let me still share this. This is the setup, guys. Remember this setup, I shared it in my previous video. So on 1 minute time frame, I just have to wait for the Ishimoku line, which is the red line, to hit level 90, and once it's there at level 90, I decided to sell. So that is exactly what I did. So for the setup, please, I can't keep repeating setup all the time. Check my previous video, you're going to see the setup for this video, for this particular trade right here. Okay, so I think we are going to be closing because I believe we have hit $100 right now. I will close like okay, it's not up to $100 yet, so I think we still have to wait a little bit to hit that $100, okay, before we close. So this is simple for me but difficult. Why I say it's difficult and also simple is, one, you need to understand the setup. It will take you time to master the setup. It will take you time to understand this setup. But once you are done with the setup, understanding the setup, understanding your entry, because it's different. There's a kind of clear or big difference between you understanding your setup and knowing the entry point. Where exactly are you going to enter? Now you have seen your setup. Let's say you are trading channel, okay, so you observe an ascending channel. That's your setup. But where exactly are you going to be taking the trade? Are you taking the trade right here? Are you going to take it here? Are you going to take it here? Are you going to take it here? Where exactly are you going to take the trade for you to get that reversal pattern to the downside? That is for the entry. So this is what you have to learn on your own. You have to, if you have any strategy or setup, or if you don't want to use this one and you have any setup for account flipping, simply identify your setup. The next thing you're going to do is to know your entry point. Know where exactly am I going to be making entry, not just seeing setup, because someone can actually give you his or her setup but will not share the entry point. You might see the setup, you might see the pattern, but how do you now place a buy or a sell? If you discover we have a lot of patterns, people like head and shoulders pattern, double top pattern, double bottom, channel, ascending triangle, all those things, or symmetric, anything. But for the fact you are seeing this, do you actually know how to use them? Do you actually know where to enter? That's the question. So some of these things you do it yourself through backtesting, through trading, through experience. You will learn all those things. Okay, so I think I'm done. 99. Okay, with 99 we still have few cents to hit 100. Okay, so I wanted to make sure it hits 100 before I end this video, because that's my plan. Even though I'm expecting spike, but I still have to wait for it. Even though spike comes now, I'm still going to wait till it hits 100, because I know it's definitely going to hit 100. So all I need to do now is to take my profit and maybe leave 1 or 2 trades to run, or I will close it. Just don't be greedy. Have your plans. Maybe from $50 to $100 you will close, from to $20 to $50 you close. Just once you hit that your plan, close. No matter how good the market is looking, close the trade, because that's your initial plan. Okay, so that you'll not be able to lose all the profits you have made. Okay, so I think by now we good. I think we are $100 already. So I'm going to be harvesting. So that's it. Account flipping strategy made easy, $100. So you can go ahead and do this, repeat this over and over again. So let's say you funded with $100 or $50 or $20 or any amount. Okay, you enter your trade. Okay, maybe once you make, the major thing is for you to hit the first profit. If you hit and you're able to flip that account to, let's say, from 20 to 100, or from 50 to 100, or from 100 to 200, then you withdraw your major capital, your main capital, then go again. When you go again and you'll be able to, if you hit and be able to flip the account again, you discover that the emotion reduces. You don't actually attach a lot of emotions again, because your capital is no longer there. The money you funded is no longer there. You have withdrew the money and it's now in your bank account, or you have used it for something else. Okay, but when you have your whole money there, that's one advantage of account flipping. Okay, once you flip, you withdraw your money and you are good to go. You can now reduce the emotional attachment to trading. Your psychology will be okay, everything will be fine, and you'll be able to manage your account better. So when you now flip account, you can now decide to start trading like a pro. What I mean is, you now start managing your account properly without risking high again. You can be risking 2%, 3%. Now you have a $500 account, now you have a $1,000 account. You can easily risk 1%, 2%, 3% of 10% of your account and comfortably make some decent amount of money. So that's the importance of account flipping. Note, I've said it already, whenever you want to flip account, make sure you are ready. If you lose the money, you don't have to beat up yourself, because you are trying to take higher risk. Okay, so that's it. Higher risk, higher reward. That's it. That's the game in this field. I hope this is helpful. Give this video a thumbs up if you love videos like this, and I will create more videos. I will maybe even go down to $10 accounts, or go down to $5 accounts, depending. If I get up to 1,000 likes on this video, guys, if I get up to 1,000 likes on this video, I'm going to be doing from $10 to $100, and I'm going to share every step live. Okay, so if you are ready, just smash that like button, leave a comment, and also share this video. If you are not yet a subscriber, what is going on? Just subscribe and enjoy good content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now, guys.